Sega.
Welcome, this is Aaron. I am the Backlog Gamer, and this is Sonic Generations. Now, this is my first episode, and the whole idea here is that I've accumulated several games on Steam as a result of their equal Steam sales, and I buy the game and I say to myself, I'll play this sometime. It's only $5 or $10. Why the hell not? And then I never get to it, and it just sits there and sits there. And enough is enough, and I'm gonna chronicle my attempt to get as many of these games done as I can. So many of the games I'll be playing have either been games I've never touched, or in this case, like with Sonic Generations, I started playing it a little bit, and then I had the idea of actually, doing the show. So I said, you know what, I'm just gonna start all over from the beginning and go from there. So Sonic Generations will be my first attempt. I'm also doing a multiplayer run-through with my friends with Castle Crashers, and those will be the first games we play. So, here we go.
I'll tell you anything you want to know. Look me up if you ever need some help. Here's a tip to get you started. Press the A button to spin jump up to higher ground.
So, I'm not the biggest Sonic fan, I'll admit. A lot of my friends that I know of certainly like Sonic much more than I do. I didn't grow up with a Sega Genesis. I always had to go over to my friend's house or go over to some family member's house to play it. And the most one I played, and I think the only Sonic game I've actually played through from start to finish, is Sonic 2. All the other Sonic games I've had limited time with. And for the most part, I always thought they were simply okay, and I hope I don't get a lot of flack for that. But I never saw a lot of the appeal, because the whole point of Sonic is you need to go fast, gotta go fast, that's the whole point. But you put it on a platformer, and that kind of breaks up the speed a lot, and especially in the early levels, you have a lot of opportunities to speed up, but then in the later levels, you don't have that as much, so it kind of becomes just another platformer in a lot of ways. And I feel when the game is at its best, it's doing a good balance between these platforming segments and the enemies, and giving you the opportunity to feel like you're really going fast. And a lot of the better Sonic games are the one with multiple paths that you can take. So you have different routes to get to that ending, and I definitely like those. And when I was playing this game, like I said, I played a little bit of this game earlier, and I'm restarting it, and I feel this game does a very good job in both the classic levels and the modern levels with, cool, got S on that. Does a very good job of blending those speed segments and platforming to the point where you don't feel like it's too much of a problem. But especially with the modern ones, again, I never really played a whole lot of. There was so many times when the game was kind of playing itself, where you have these segments where you're on rails, quite literally, and you're just grinding the rails.
He'll be here any second.
I never really dug that much.
Hey guys, what's going on? You having a party or something?
I mean, it looked cool, but...
Surprise!
Oh, happy birthday, Sonic.
Aw, you guys.
But I'll admit, I didn't play a lot of the newer Sonic games. I've seen some videos
It's
of
kind
the
of impossible to surprise you.
in Sonic 06.
You totally got me this time. I had no idea.
Yeah, right.
But I
Happy
enjoy
birthday,
this one.
Sonic. Hope you like this.
I can go as far as to say that I feel like this is one of my favorite ones. Like I said, I've only played
Like
through
it?
from start to
I
finish
love it.
Sonic 2. Watched a lot of
Sonic,
cartoon shows.
what's that? What's it doing?
Hey, not cool.
I've decided that I'm not gonna talk that much during cutscenes and during heavy dialogue sequences, and during a game like this, that's not that big of a deal. But I have plenty of RPGs and stuff in my backlog.
Where am
Try
I?
not to talk over the dialogue. I also generally like having subtitles on, so even if I do talk over it for some reason, if I'm in the middle of a thought and don't want to finish it, there's always that there available. But yeah, I decided that I want to keep this as natural as I can. I don't really want to, think of anything like scripted events or things like that. I don't want to play any character bits or anything along those lines. I just want to keep this playing games.
Hold down the X button for a boost of speed. Once the boost gauge on the lower left is empty, you can no longer use boost. Defeat enemies or collect
Like right here,
coins to
like,
refill the boost
when you do
gauge.
the loop-de-loops. I don't understand the loop-de-loops. Why they gotta be in it.
Button to slide under obstacles.
But for the most part, this game does a very good job. Or even if you are going through the rail sections, for example, it becomes more of an idea of reactionary times. Like, okay, you might have another path coming up, and you might have another rail to jump onto, and that might lead you to a different area. Like all this area right here. This is all about the different paths available to you and what route you're taking. It all becomes about
Between the left and right rails by coins.
what you're gonna take and what options you're gonna take. And so for time trials and stuff like that, those become important. For the most part, I'm digging this game. There's still a little too much those auto segments, but for the most part, I feel this game has a very good balance. Like right there, it's all about hitting B at the right time to not slow you down. I've always dug the music for the game, for these games. And this game so far, of what I have played, has been no exception. Plus, there's also to note that you can turn off, I guess, in the options, those hints. So it's all about memorizing the stage and knowing when those V segments come up, so when you have to slide. So again, it's all about getting there as fast as you can. And there we go. And I got another S. Look at that. Mind you, that is the second time I've played that stage. And one of the things I like about this game is that the challenges that they pose. After I think you have to beat like each of the 3 stages,
Thanks, Sonic. I thought
and
I
then
was
they
dead,
they
floating without a
tease
body
you
in a
with the
black
boss.
limbo. Ugh, I'm gonna have nightmares for weeks.
And then before you fight the boss, you gotta do like one challenge from each of the
Is
3
it me,
stages.
or is that place
But I
we were
really
just
dug
in
the
awfully familiar?
challenges. I really liked
not
those.
to me.
I felt
This place looks
incentivized
like
to do
something
each
sucked all the life and
challenge
color
rather
out
than
of
doing just one for each
Totally
level.
strange.
No stranger than rescuing genies in magic books or saving aliens in an interstellar amusement park. I'm more concerned about finding our friends.
Hey, Sonic, I saw something
I
over
like
there in
how
the
this game could
distance.
kind of make
Like
fun of how
buildings,
bad the other
but they
games
look
were too,
weird.
without
That
flat
might
out
be a good
insulting
place
them.
to check out. I'll be back soon.
Just kind of poking fun at them, acknowledging how they might be a little silly.
Wow, you weren't kidding when you said soon. I thought you already left.
And based on those, you know, you have those. I'm actually trying to point at the screen. I'm not bad at this. You know, above the name of the Green Hill here, you got those stars. Oh, I didn't jump on the title screen. I was having the title of the level. It's kind of cool. So you got these stars here, and I know each level has a star hidden. And this game has done a good job of giving you reasons to track down all the unlockables, because it unlocks art and music and stuff like that. You can change when you do the levels and the challenges. But I don't know what getting these stars do. Not quite certain. For those who don't know, with Sonic Generations, each level, you know, it has the classic version. Right here, Act 1. The classic stage is always Act 1, and the modern stage is always Act 2. And in order to unlock the friend, as you see here, who's like all the colors faded out of, you have to complete each stage. And then once you complete the stage there, each act, move on to the next level. And then after that, you have to complete at least one challenge for each that's set in each level to unlock a key to fight the boss. And then it unlocks another set of 3. And I got to the second set of 3, and I completed all the challenges, both for modern and classic Sonic stages here. And that's how far I had gotten beforehand. And I really like how you have, you can purchase skills for both modern and classic Sonic that kind of are the different abilities that some of the other games had, like the bubble ball for Sonic that was introduced in 3, for example, for classic Sonic. That's a skill you can purchase and make sure that you give him that bounce. So it's pretty cool. I think before I get into the next act here, the next level, because Chemical, if I remember correctly, Chemical Plant is a pretty long level, even for classic. So I think we're gonna stop this episode here. Thank you for letting me waste your time. And our next episode, we'll jump into the Chemical Plant, and I hope you have a good time. See you around.